Hey guys, welcome back to Star Citizen. Thank you so much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen, for a brand new episode of Star Citizen. We're once again back on the show floors of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2950 at the Tobin Expo Center on Microtech. So guys, today's video is going to be a little bit longer because we're going to be looking at 2 days worth of ships. So day 2 and day 3. So immediately ahead, you guys can see that giant behemoth. That is the Aegis Reclaimer. So today we'll be looking at the Aegis Hall as well as the Anvil Hall. So let's get this started, guys. Thank you so much. As always, I appreciate your company. I appreciate you guys coming here, watching my videos. Thank you very much. Let's get this started. So first and foremost, let's have a look at the map. So this is the map floor. So again, just like yesterday, we'll be heading towards the ships in the middle. Then we'll be hitting the side halls, and finally we'll go to the bottom and have a look at the ships that are not yet released. So guys, again, a huge caveat just before we begin. Now, if you're new to Star Citizen, you guys don't have to purchase anything at all except for a starter ship. If you want to buy the Star Citizen game, all you need is a starter ship with a game package, and that is it. Every single ship that you see here, that you will see in this video, you will be able to purchase in-game. In fact, you can purchase it with in-game credits right now, and it will be like that when the game is released. So you don't have to buy anything really with real money, except for a starter package. Now, that being said, guys, let's get this show on the road. So immediately in front of us, we see the beast, the giant, magnificent Reclaimer. Now, yours truly already has one of these. I also did a video on this 2.5 years ago when it came out. So yeah, this is so Aegis Dynamics is mainly a military contractor. They build military vessels for the UEE. However, they do have some non-military vessels, such as the Reclaimer. So the Reclaimer. So let me get closer and give you guys a real good shot at the Reclaimer. So the specialty on the Reclaimer is this claw. It has this mechanical claw, which is, by the way, gigantic. And what it does is that using this claw, it grabs onto the carcasses of the various ships or anything else that's been left out that is good to be salvaged. It grabs it and it cuts it up with lasers and processes it, puts it through a process basically with inside the ship, and it refines the various different parts into different materials, and you can go ahead and sell that. Now, this ship, guys, why is it so amazing, other than the fact that it is absolutely enormous? But it's amazing because it looks like almost any sci-fi ship that you've seen in any sci-fi movie ever. So for example, the Nostromo in the Alien movies, you know, this thing is absolutely like almost 100% like the Nostromo. So once you go inside, you will see that this thing, oh my god, like, you guys see those panels up there? You guys see those lights flashing? Doesn't that remind you of every single sci-fi alien movies of the 80s and the 90s and even the 70s? A really, really, truly awesome ship. Very, very cool and amazing, like super large, super effective. Now, what does it do? As I said, as the name suggests as well, it says it's the Reclaimer. So what it does is salvage. It's basically designed to recycle stuff. It's designed to take salvage and to be able to process it and sell it. Now, I'm going to give you guys some stats for the Aegis Reclaimer. So the Reclaimer is 155 meters long from front to end. It is 50 meters tall from the bottom to top, so that's 150 feet. That's 150 feet for its height, and it is 118 meters wide from side to side. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy because it is 3 meters longer. It's 3 meters longer than the Hammerhead is long. So this thing, if I can speak, guys. So what I'm trying to say is that this thing is 3 meters wider than how long the Hammerhead is. So the Hammerhead, Aegis Hammerhead, which we'll be looking at later on, is 115 meters long. This is 118 meters just wide. But the really scary thing is that this is considered a kind of a low tier large ship within Star Citizen. There will be ships in Star Citizen that will be easily 4 to 5 times the size of this thing, which is absolutely insane. Now I believe this thing is touching the dome of the Tobin Expo Center. Yes, it is. It absolutely is. They couldn't fit it in. They couldn't fit this thing in. So the way to get inside the Reclaimer is through here, through this elevator. I forgot to start my timer, guys. I don't want this video to be extra long, but this video will be long because we're going to be looking at day 2 and day 3 worth of ships all in one video. So this giant lift comes down, and basically when you go up like 4 floors. This is truly insane. So that's like 4 different floors that you have access to inside the ship. It is absolutely crazy. It's like an apartment block. It's basically an apartment block. So we're not going to go inside. I have this ship, as I said, and if you guys want me to, I can do another video on it anytime. But this ship is due for a rework. It's definitely due for a rework. It's not very old, but it definitely requires a rework. For example, how about if we have those vents that we have on the Mercury Star Runner in this ship? Wouldn't that be really cool? I think it is. Alright guys, so should I, or can I recommend the Aegis Reclaimer? Absolutely, 100% I can recommend this ship. I can recommend this ship to anybody, because if you're playing Star Citizen, your chances are you want to make money. What's the better way to make money than salvage? Nothing, guys. This is going to be a pure money maker. It's going to be an absolute pure money maker. Now, especially if you have fighters that you can melt and buy one of these, that's absolutely a no-brainer. Why would you have 2 fighters instead of this? I would happily melt 3 fighters for this thing. Now, speaking about fighters, guys, speaking of fighters, let's go ahead and have a look at these 2 beauties on the side of the Reclaimer. So this is the Aegis Sabre, the tried and tested Aegis Sabre. This is a stealth kind of a fighter ship. It has pretty good weaponry, it has a good missile loadout, and most importantly, it is a stealthy ship. It has a low footprint. Now on this side, do I recommend this ship? Absolutely, it's a good fighter. If you want a fighter, this is a good fighter. It has 3 size 1 shields, by the way. And here on the other side is the Aegis Sabre Comet. Now you might be thinking, so what's the difference, Marshall? Absolutely nothing, guys, except for a paint job. The only difference is this paint job and maybe a loadout. That is it. That's it. That's the only difference. So do I recommend this one over the Sabre? Absolutely not. Do I like this paint job? Heck no. Heck no. The normal paint job is fine on the Sabre, so don't go for this one, in my opinion. No point in going for the Sabre Comet when you can just go for the base Sabre. But again, guys, keep in mind, instead of buying a whole bunch of cheap fighters, why not buy this? Why not buy this? This is the best investment that you can make for real cash that you spend on this game. This is going to pay you back hundreds of folds back later inside the game for making money. So absolutely, I recommend the Reclaimer. Now let's go to Zenith Hull 3. This place looks amazing. Now this is one of those manufacturers that I told you guys that has hundreds of ships. Like Aegis Dynamics has absolutely a plethora of different ships. Not all of the ships of Aegis are displayed here today, so keep that in mind. Now, speaking of the Hammerhead, speaking of the devil, there's the Aegis Hammerhead. And we have the Gladius, the 2 different Gladiuses. I think this is the base one, and the other one is some sort of variant of the Gladius. Just have a look. So this is the super nimble fighter, tried and tested fighter of Aegis Dynamics. I believe it's still used by the UEE. A very good fighter. A very, very good, capable, maneuverable, agile dogfighter. One of the best, honestly. But again, do I recommend you guys spending your real cash money on this thing? Absolutely not. You can buy this in-game very, very easily. You can purchase this thing in the game very easily and very quickly. So don't spend your real money on cheap fighters. Spend them on industrial, on money-making industrial ships. However, if you do just want to have one fighter like this and just play with that, yeah, why not? Why not? If you just want to play around with a fighter in the universe and that's all you want to spend, fine. That's fine too. And the Aegis Hammerhead, guys. Have a look at this. I completely missed the ship. Like, this thing came out when I was taking a break from Star Citizen. So I took about a 1.8 year, almost to 2 year break from Star Citizen. I didn't follow the game. I didn't play it. I was totally on a break, so I missed this ship. This thing came out while I wasn't playing. So you guys might be wondering, what is this thing? So this thing is a sort of a gunboat type thing. So let's go ahead and have a look at the description. So as I told you guys before, it is 115 meters long. So from nose to tail is 115 meters, and the reclaimer is 118 meters just wide. So yeah, let's go ahead and have a look at the car. It says heavy gunship. Basically, it has 6 pairs of turrets like this. It has each turret has 4 size 4 guns. Okay, each turret, as you guys can see. So 2 on this side, 1 on the bottom, 1 on the top, and 2 on the other side. So a total of 6 turrets. And here's the cockpit. This is the cockpit of the Hammerhead. I've flown one just very, very briefly. Yeah, so this thing is a good Corvette-sized ship against fighters. So one of these can hold off a lot of fighters. So if you, for example, if you have a fleet of, if you have like 2 reclaimers salvaging somewhere, and you have one of these hammerheads protecting that reclaimer, that's a good idea. Because that will keep most small to medium-sized ships away because of these turrets. You get inside the ship through here. So up through here, you get inside the ship, and it's a massive long corridor leading to turrets, to storage areas. So yeah, this is the Aegis Hammerhead. Okay, so the back turret on the bottom is over here. I didn't know that. And the name Hammerhead obviously refers to the shark, the actual shark in the real world sense. So yeah, that's the Aegis Hammerhead. Now, do I recommend the Aegis Hammerhead? I wouldn't recommend the Aegis Hammerhead unless you are part of an org. If you're buying this for your org, then yeah, it's good. If you're playing by yourself or you just have a small group of friends, do I recommend the Hammerhead? It could be fun, but it's a one-trick pony. It's a one-trick pony designed to fight smaller ships, basically designed to defend. This is like the World War II type ships that were loaded just with flak, designed to defend the fleet from aircraft. So this is that. This is pretty much that. But I would recommend something else. Like if you're dead set on buying a Corvette, I would recommend the Polaris or the Perseus. Now the Perseus is that super secret ship that is coming up this week on the 28th of November for the RSI. So yeah, I don't recommend the Hammerhead unless, of course, you're buying it for its very specific role. You have a fleet that you want to protect. All right, enough of me blabbering on. Let me go to the other hole. There's the what is it? The Zenith 5 or whatever it is. I think it's this way. The Zenith hole number 5. But yeah, this place is really good looking. Really good looking. And it's an absolute workout to have to run from this hole to the next one. As you guys can see down the bottom, heart rate at 103 beats per minute. Man, this thing is crazy, isn't it? Hull number 5. Let's see what they have on offer here, guys. What do you guys have here for us to see? Oh yeah, the Eclipse and the Retaliated Bomber. So this right here, guys, is the Aegis Eclipse. So this is the Aegis Eclipse. It is a stealth bomber. Now again, I own one of these. It is absolutely amazing. So let's go ahead and open the ladder. It is a very, very niche, very special ship that is designed to do a very special thing, which is, oh, it's a shame there's a wall. I wanted to see the back of it, but yeah. So I do have this ship. I bought this ship back in Invictus, so I told you guys when I was doing the Invictus videos, I wanted to purchase a Eclipse. I did buy the Eclipse. Now again, the Eclipse came out at a time when I was taking a break from Star Citizen, so I missed that ship too. But it's a great ship for what it does. Now it's a one-trick pony. This is specifically designed to carry 3 super heavy size 10 torpedoes. So it carries 3 torpedoes in here, guys, if I can show you. There we go. You can see the torpedoes just there. So it carries 3 size 10 torpedoes that are super, super large, that can take out large vessels very easily, and they will pulverize smaller ships as well. But it is very expensive for what it does. So it's basically a single seat craft that is sold for $300. $300, guys. And do you believe that reclaimer there is $400 and this thing is $300? Seriously? Seriously, CIG? This thing for $300? I know it's absolutely it's horrible. The price on this thing is very low value for money, but I had to have one. I really like the concept of using this thing. Now, what is this thing mainly used for inside of the game right now? So as I said, this is designed to take on larger vessels, capital class ships. But at the moment, people are using this for bounty hunting. Yes, that's what they do. People use this to sneak up on people. You can get to within 1.5 kilometers of another ship without being seen and spotted on the radar. And you can just launch a missile at them. But in the next patch, they're going to nerf those torpedoes. They've already kind of nerfed them at the moment. They're going to nerf those torpedoes in that they're going to make them travel slower, and it's going to be easier for smaller sized ships to outmaneuver them or to shoot them down, basically. But they're going to increase the damage that they do as well. So basically, this is designed to take out Hammerhead. Like, naturally, this is what it's designed to do. But do I recommend this ship? Would I recommend this ship? It absolutely depends. If you want to go ahead and spoil yourself, if you want to give yourself a gift, if you want to spend some money on yourself, spoil yourself, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, why not? Why not? It's a very, very special ship, but it is absolutely not a value for money ship at all. It's super duper expensive. Could you buy it in game? Absolutely. Should you waste your $300 on this? I wouldn't recommend that. I wouldn't recommend that, guys. But nonetheless, a very cool ship, but a very one-trick pony type of ship. And here we have. By the way, can I just for a second comment on this hull? This place looks so good. This looks like one of those university type open air philosophy type lecture areas, right? You guys been to those colleges, those university campuses where they have these open air philosophy lectures? This is pretty much that. Really well done, guys. Like the guys who have worked on this area, excellent job, 100%. Now this is the Retaliated Bomber. This is the Aegis Retaliated Bomber. As the name suggests, it's a bomber. Now, it carries the same size 10 torpedoes that the Eclipse carries, but this thing carries 6 instead of 3, I believe. Now, this ship is a very old ship. It was in Star Citizen a very, very long time ago, so this thing was one of the first ones to be flyable. And you can see that. You can see that it's really old, like in terms of its design, in terms of its stats. It's one of those ships that time has forgotten. Do I recommend this ship for people to buy? Absolutely not. Absolutely 100% not. Because first of all, as a one-person cockpit on a bomber, I mean, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to replicate the B-1B, right? I mean, if you know anything about military stuff, military hardware, they're trying to absolutely replicate the B-1B bomber here. And this is not a B-1B bomber, guys. The B-1B bomber was designed to get in low and fast. This thing is not fast. This is very, very slow. That could change. They could change that. But would I recommend this ship? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't recommend this ship in the way that it is right now. And plus, why... Like, the first time I heard of this thing, I was like, why would CIG release this to the public? Why not make this a rare ship that only the UEE uses, right? Like, make it a really good bomber that only the UEE uses, and if you're in Squadron 42, maybe you can fly it. But I don't know. It's immersion breaking as well to own a stealth bomber like that. I don't know, but so is this. So is the Eclipse, right? But yeah, but they're trying to get around that immersion breaking with lore, saying that because the Vandal is attacking the UEE, the government has authorized the sale of these weapons to members of the public to be able to fight against the Vandal. Anyways, guys, enough about me blabbering on. I could speak for hours and hours. So I gotta measure myself in that way. So yeah, Retaliated Bomber, not recommended at all. Eclipse, not recommended. Very, very expensive for the price that it's in. But if you have to buy one, the Eclipse is better, in my opinion. So let's go ahead. We have 2 more side halls to visit. So we were there, then we came here, then we can go there. Through this way. Again, it's an amazing workout. If my character needed to work out in Star Citizen, this place would be perfect. So we went to Hall 3, was it? Or was it 5? Anyway, I'm gonna go this way. Again, the weapons that are on display here. It would have been cool if they displayed different weapons on different days. I believe it's the same sort of weapons that are on display. So this is the Zenith Hall 4 and 5. Are we going back to the same place? I think we might be going back to the same place. Let's go here. Yes, this is the right way. All right, here we are. So these are the Vanguards that we have inside of the game. Now the Vanguard, I've always had this love-hate relationship with the Vanguards, guys. So this is the Vanguard Harbinger immediately. So this is the fighter bomber. So let's go ahead and tell you guys what they are. So this is the Aegis Vanguard Harbinger, okay? So this is meant to be the fighter bomber. This thing has pretty much the same weaponry as all of the other Vanguards, except for it has its internal bay removed to add 3 size 5 torpedoes or missiles, whatever you want to call them, really, and 4 size 4 missiles. So this thing gets a size 5 missiles. Basically, that's what it does. Now, as I said, I have this love-hate relationships with the Vanguards. They're too chunky. they're a massive target. I know they're supposed to be a heavy fighter, but Jesus, I mean, look at this. It's like, I don't know what to say. It's just, it could have been a little bit smaller. It could have been a little bit more nimble. Just a tiny bit. I understand it's a heavy bomber, but... So let's have a look inside. There's the Torpedo Bay, or the Bomb Bay, whatever you want to call it. 3 size 5s and 4 size 4s. Now, one thing that I absolutely hate about the Vanguards is this, guys. This is immersion breaking to the next level. This is supposed to be where the radar goes. Really? Really, CIG? So the radar just goes into a grocery basket in the middle of the ship? No, please no. Change this, guys, immediately. This is embarrassing. The radar doesn't hide under the stairs. Come on. So yeah, this is the ship. It's got various different component places here, like the shield generators, the coolers, power plants, stuff like that. It has a turret as well. It has a man turret. It has a bed. It has a bathroom, a type of small kitchen type area, weapons rack. So it's a long-range shower, obviously, as I said. So as I said, this thing is a long-range heavy fighter. So it's designed to allow you to travel for long distances for long periods of time, fighting and living basically inside the ship. Now the Harbinger is the most heavily armored of all of the Vanguards, and it's the most expensive, sitting at $290 for the Harbinger, Vanguard Harbinger. Now this, I believe, is the hoplite. Yes, this is the hoplite. So the hoplite is the personal, basically it's like a dropship variant of the Vanguard. So you can carry soldiers, basically carry Marines. It lacks the torpedoes, but it has a gun rack and seats. Now you guys might be saying, so what's the point of having seats? You can just pile people up here inside the Harbinger. No, you cannot. You cannot, guys, because when the ship moves, the ship rolls, you're gonna hit your head on top of the ship, and when it accelerates and decelerates, they're starting to add those G effects into the game, where a ship like this, a dropship, would be necessary. But would I buy one of these? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm thinking about the Harbinger. Honestly, as I said, I'm torn about the Harbinger. If any of the Vanguard variants, I would definitely get the Harbinger if I were to get one. Just because it will be once the armor is implemented in the game, it will be the most heavily armored, and it's the best armed ship as well. Now here's the ship that started everything. This is the Warden. This is the Vanguard Warden. Again, same thing, except it just has this area. I think this thing, okay, one thing that's really, really cool is have a look at this. So this bit of the ship, I think, ejects as a survival pod. So that's really, really cool. If you have a look, it's bolted down, but it can detach and survive as a pod, basically. I think, if I may be getting this wrong, guys, but yeah. So this is the base model. This is the heavy fighter. The other one was a dropship, and the other one was a fighter bomber. All very, very similar, but all of the Vanguard family of ships, guys, they're very, very slow, extremely slow to maneuver and to roll and to turn. So yeah. And finally, the Vanguard Sentinel. This is the Vanguard Sentinel. It is the E-Warfare variant of the 4 Vanguards that we have. So as you might have expected, instead of the dropship stuff or the Harbinger missiles, this thing has a computer. So basically this is like the FA-18 Super Hornet Growler. So this will be similar to a Growler, where you would jam enemy radars. You would basically play that E-Warfare kind of game. Now in this game, right now, the only thing that it has for E-Warfare is that it has an EMP. It just basically fires its EMP. Do I recommend this thing? No. Later on, it's supposed to get EMP missiles or EMP charges, but out of all of the Vanguards here, the one that I recommend is the Harbinger. Go for the Harbinger if you must buy one. But overall, should you buy a Vanguard? I don't know. That's the question that I'm asking myself. I don't know, honestly. On one hand, they're pretty powerful. You can mount a fixed size 5 gun, and obviously it already has the fixed size 2 guns as well. All right, so we're here. We saw this. Now one more area to go. It's the Avengers. Let's go ahead and have a look at the Avengers. So yeah, the Vanguards on the nose, as you guys saw, it has places for 4 fixed size 2 guns and 1 either gimbaled size 4 or a fixed size 5. I always go for the fixed size 5, obviously, to increase the damage per second, the DPS. But the Vanguards, as I said, yeah, I'm torn. I'm torn. I don't know whether to say yes or no to the Vanguards. But the Ares Inferno and the Ares, what is the other one? The energy-based one. So the Ares Inferno is a Crusader Industries ship that will have a size 7 Gatling gun. And it has 4 size 5 missiles. So when that's coming out, what's the point of the Vanguard, guys? What is the point of the Vanguard? I think the Vanguard needs a redesign. It badly needs a redesign, guys. Alright, yep, we're in the right place. You know they've done something right when you have to look at a map inside of a game. You know that the developers have done something right. Alright, and here are the Avengers. Here are the Avengers. The Avenger... what is this? I believe this is the Titan. Yes! Avenger Titan Light Freight. Now, this is the ship that I keep on yapping about, guys. This is the ship that I recommend to every single backer inside of Star Citizen. Doesn't matter if you're a beginner, if you already have 1,000 ships, I recommend the Avenger Titan to everybody. If you've watched my channel, if you watch my videos, you'll see that I use this thing all the time. This is a fantastic ship. Absolutely fantastic ship. So it has a bed, and that's it, and a cargo hold with 6 or 9 SCU of space. Absolutely fantastic ship. So it can carry 2 fixed size 3s on the wings and a fixed size 4. Fixed size 4. And it's very, very maneuverable, and it looks cool as heck. It's absolutely cool. But do you guys agree with me that this thing looks like the Mercury Star Runner? I mean, the Mercury Star Runner looks exactly like this. Either this is Crusader Industries or the Mercury Star Runner is Aegis. This thing... what is this? It's the Stalker. So this thing is the exact same thing, exact same type of weaponry, except the back, instead of a cargo hold, it has a prisoner pod kind of thing. Basically, you can hold bounties in here. Basically put people as a bounty hunter. You could basically arrest people and put them in here. So this was the first variant of the Avenger that was out in the game. So a super old variant of the Avenger. Do I recommend this one over the Titan? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Unless you're looking for a small bounty hunting ship, then yes. But the Titan is the king of all of the Avengers, in my opinion. And here's the Avenger Titan Renegade, I believe it is. So it's the exact same thing as the Titan, but better, with a different paint job and better components. That's it. That's pretty much it. You can turn your normal Avenger Titan into this anytime you like inside the game. Just give it a paint job and install those components. So I don't recommend that one. And finally, last but not least, the Avenger of Warlock. Let me make sure it is. Yes, it is. It's the Warlock, guys. So again, similar loadouts to the other ones, except this thing has this god-awful contraption on the back of it. So this is an EMP, guys. This is an EMP machine that goes off and basically turns every single electronic device, ship, shield, power, coolers around it. So it has like a radius of 5 kilometers, I believe it was. It was crazy before, but I have never used this ship. So it's basically a team play kind of a ship. So you use this ship to basically, you'd go in, you'd set off the EMP, you would knock out everybody's shields, and then your team would come in and clean them off, basically shoot them down. So out of the Avengers, which one I'd recommend? You guys already know. The Avenger Titan. The Avenger Titan all day, every day. It's a great ship. It's a great ship. Everybody needs an Avenger, as I said. If you're new, if you're a veteran backer, you need an Avenger Titan. Now you might be wondering, well, hang on there, Marshall. Why do I need an Avenger Titan? Well, that's a great question. Thank you for asking that. Allow me to answer. So, imagine you're trying to go somewhere quick. You want a quick, low footprint, small ship to just get in and get out. For example, you're going to go do something that could be dangerous, but it requires you to carry, like, let's just say, a couple of boxes of cargo. Are you going to be taking the Cutlass Black? No. Are you going to be taking the Freelancer, the Caterpillar? No. Are you going to be taking this guy? Absolutely not. The Avenger gives you so much more flexibility. Just having one of those things in your inventory gives you a great amount of flexibility. So guys, we're down here. If you guys remember from day one, this place had the Rock, the Grey Cat Rock mining ship, as well as the buggy. There's no such thing today except for the display holes. Here we have some in-concept ships that haven't yet been built. So we're starting off with this one. This is the Aegis Mine Lair. This is the Aegis Nautilus, a Corvette-sized ship. So similar, just a tiny bit bigger. It's supposed to be tiny bit bigger than the Hammerhead. Now, as the description says, this is a mine lair, so it basically lays mines. It will be a very, very effective ship if they get it right, if they get the mine laying mechanics right. This will be a nightmare. Now imagine how big space is. Now imagine a whole area being littered with small bits of mines that you don't see, but yet are very, very powerful. So you scan an area, you think it's clear, you fly through it super fast in your large ship, in your Javelin, and then you hit the minefield. Absolutely devastating. Absolutely devastating. This thing will be a troll's a troll's ship. You could troll a lot of people with this thing, guys. Mark my words. If they get it right, if they get the mining kind of gameplay right, oh, this thing will be devastating. This thing will be glorious. Absolutely glorious. You can lock down large amounts of space. Just the threat of knowing someplace is mined is going to scare the heck out of larger ships, especially the larger ships. But this thing can also clear a minefield as well, so it can go ahead and clean up after itself as well. So when it's done absolutely destroying a place and littering it with mines, it can go and pick them up as well. So again, as I said, it depends on how they do the mine laying gameplay. So at the moment, as I said, it's in concept and it's a pricey ship. I think this is sold for $725. Same with the Hammerhead. Absolutely crazy amount of money. Absolutely crazy. Very, very expensive. I'm not sure why they do that. I don't understand why these ships have to be so expensive. They're super, super crazy to spend $725 on a digital item inside of a game. And at the moment, you're really buying a picture. You're buying just a photo of the thing, even because it's not inside the game yet. All right, so this is the Aegis Nautilus. Do I recommend this ship? At the moment, no. I mean, it could be a long while before they get this ship out. It could be a fair while before they get this ship game ready. But if they do and they get the mine laying gameplay right, oh, this ship will be really effective. So do I recommend it? It depends. If you have some extra money to spend and you're really committed into Star Citizen, why not? if you're not into that, if you're not into that combat kind of gameplay, and you're not into that kind of thing, I wouldn't recommend this. I wouldn't recommend it. But overall, yes, I do recommend it. Overall, I do recommend. You can see that I'm torn on this thing. All right, moving on. The Aegis Vulcan, I believe. Yes, it is. So this is a medium repair, medium refuel kind of ship. So this is supposed to be the baby Crucible. This is supposed to be the baby Anvil Crucible. So this thing, as the description says, repairs and refuels and rearms ships that are stuck or maybe heavily damaged. Now, this is an Aegis ship, so it's a military ship. The military uses this to rearm and repair and refuel their ships. Down the bottom, you can see the tank for the fuel that it carries. So this thing will be able to repair, rearm, and refuel smaller ships, obviously, not larger vessels. So yeah, do I recommend this ship? No. It's cool. It's cool. It has drones, so it has 4 sets of drones that fly out of the side panels right here to go and do the repairing. But I don't know. There are better ships that you can spend your money on for $200. So I do not recommend that ship. And here, last but not least, the Aegis Redeemer gunship. Now, this ship is from a long time ago. So this is from back in 2014, I believe, where this was designed in a contest called the Next Great Starship. So they had this contest. I cannot speak today, guys. I cannot speak. So yeah, they had this thing going on where the backers of Star Citizen could design a ship, and CIG would implement the winner. So people voted on various different ships that the backers designed, and the winner would get picked by CIG, and it would get implemented into the game. And this thing won. Now, I absolutely hate the look of this thing. This thing looks awful. Absolutely awful. God-awful looks. And I've been inside of one. It's absolutely horrible, guys. It was horrible. Now, it's going through an extensive bit of reworking. So CIG has been struggling with this thing. Now, in my opinion, if they could, they would scrap this thing. But they can't, because they promised the backers, hey, because of this contest, again, I'm struggling with that word, they would put this in the game. So if they could, honestly, they would get rid of it, because this thing has caused so much heartache for CIG. Now they've reworked it. Apparently it's a heavy gunship, but do I recommend it? Absolutely not. Get away from that thing. Get away from it. Forget about that thing. Alright, guys, so this is about it for Aegis. We have looked at every single ship for Aegis. Every single ship. Obviously, the Star is the Reclaimer. Obviously, they're selling the Idrises and the Javelins too. So Aegis Dynamics makes the Javelin Destroyer and the Idris. What is it? What is it? Corvette? No, it's a frigate. Idris frigate, yeah. Idris frigate and the Javelin Destroyer. So those are being sold as well, but they're not here. Those are huge ships, huge ships, but they're super expensive. So it's like $2,700 for the Javelin Destroyer. Insane, right? And $1,400 for the Idris. So those are absolutely crazy. But the star here is the Reclaimer. The Reclaimer. This is the ship that I like the most here on display. Alright, guys, so now it's time to go and have a look at Anvil. So we will go down here, go to the elevators, and head down to the Anvil floor. So this is day 2 and day 3 combined, guys. Alright, there we go. We selected the Anvil Hall. And let's go. Here we are. We're in the Anvil Hall. So I think this was a good idea to combine both days together, guys, because obviously the Aegis Day 2 is getting late. And I just wanted to do it in one video. And here is the magnificent Anvil Carrick. So again, let's have a look at the map. Let's see what's on offer. So not a lot of ships, not as much as Aegis. Aegis is absolutely nuts. So there's a lot of stuff here. There's Hornets over there, Lightning, Valkyrie, and down the bottom we have a Ballista and a Crucible. Alright, let's get going. You guys know the drill. So immediately, let's go head towards the Carrick. So this is Anvil's top tier for now exploration ship. So this thing is absolutely crazy. It's a top of the line ship. It looks absolutely fantastic. It's great. It's a great looking ship, both on the inside and on the outside. Super useful ship if you want to do exploration. Now you guys might be wondering, so what's exploration? That's a great question, because we don't know. Even CIG doesn't know apparently what exploration is going to be. So the gameplay for exploration isn't in yet. So this thing at the moment is just a large behemoth that just that can just move cargo from point A to point B, basically. So again, a massive ship, but not as big as the Reclaimer, as you guys can see. Now it has a couple of turrets. It has some turrets on these shields here. It has some turrets on the bottom, and it has a turret on the top, I believe, as well. But the really important thing is this thing has a hangar. It has a hangar down up the top over there. I'm not sure if I did a video on this thing when it came out. But anyways, it has a hangar up the top, and it has a specialty aircraft, a little small spaceship called the Pisces, which is right over there. Right over there. So the Pisces came with the Carrick, and it's a specialty aircraft for the Carrick. So yeah. So this is the front area. So this is not the cargo hold, as far as I know. This, I believe, is just a vehicle ramp. So you can put a rover or whatever in here, and the cargo hold is somewhere else. I believe this thing can carry 450 something units of cargo. So just 100 short, 100 and some, 100 maybe 20, 130 SCU short of what the Caterpillar can carry. I don't want to go ahead and get inside the ship. I can do that for you guys anytime later on. So today, let's just keep going. So, do I recommend the Carrick? Okay, a lot of people who play sci-fi space kind of games, they're into exploration. So, if you're one of those people who is into exploration, absolutely. Absolutely, why not? Why not? This thing is a great ship. You're going to get a fantastic ship. That's basically, it could be your home away from home. That's what the ad says as well. I know it's a cheesy thing that they use in the ads, but this is an actual home away from home. Again, thinking ahead. Don't think about Star Citizen now. Think about Star Citizen later on when it's going to be finished. You're going to need all those facilities that this ship has. It has a med bay, it has a surgical room, it has a repair room, it has everything. And it can explore stuff. It has super long range tanks. If you're into exploration, that's what you want to do. This is the top tier exploration ship for now. Now, why do I say for now, guys? Because the Misk Endeavor. Yes, the Misk Endeavor is out there, guys. It's in concept, and we'll be looking at that on Misk Day. But the Misk Endeavor can also be an exploration ship and many other things. We'll talk about that later. But this thing, do I recommend it? Absolutely, if you are willing to spend the money. It's like $600 for the base model, and if you get the Pisces as well, which is another $50. It's this thing also, by the way, comes with the Best in Show camo too. So if anybody cares about that, but yeah, this thing is like $600, so it's very expensive at the moment. It used to be $350 when it was concepted. I believe, no, actually, it used to be $250 back in the day, but then it became $350. Now it's $600. $650 if you count the Pisces as well. Now, speaking about the Pisces, let's go and have a look at the Pisces. So, as I said, this is a small spacecraft that was designed specifically for the Carrick. This, I believe, is this Pisces C8X. Yes, so this is the C8X. This is the upgraded version of the Pisces. There are two models of the Pisces. This is the good one. This is the one with the extra guns. And apparently, it's a pretty cool, nimble ship to go around and just use it as personal transport. But it's designed, as I said, to be working with the Carrick. It has sensors and stuff like that that can connect to the sensors of the Carrick. Yeah, it's a good ship. If you own the Carrick, it's you could do better, to be honest. But again, it can carry cargo, but it doesn't have a bed. So let me be sure. Does it have a bed? I don't think so. So if you don't have a Carrick, again, it's a good ship. Do I recommend it to have it by itself? Probably not. You could do better, guys. You could do better if if you don't have the Carrick. But with the Carrick, absolutely, absolutely. Now over on this side, we have Anvil's Arrow. So this is the Anvil Arrow. Let's have a look at the card. Yes, Anvil Arrow. So this is a super light fighter, so Anvil's version of the Gladius. So the Gladius that you guys remember on the bottom floor on Aegis that we had a look at. So this is a competitor to the Gladius. Now this thing, to be honest, as I said, I missed a lot of ships when I was on my break from Star Citizen. This was another one. They say it's pretty good in a fight. I don't know, but it's a light fighter. Just like I couldn't recommend the Gladius, I don't recommend this one either, guys. I don't recommend you guys wasting your money on the Arrow. Absolutely not worth it. Let's go this way. Let's go this way, see what this is. This looks like the Gladiator Bomber. Yes, this is the Gladiator Bomber. Now, you might be wondering, what is a Gladiator Bomber? Well, here it is. Those, I believe, are size... What are they? Size 4s? Size 5s? So this thing can carry a whole bunch of torpedoes, a whole bunch of missiles, and yeah, that's what it does, basically. It's a really, really old ship within Star Citizen. This was out a long, long time ago, and I don't have any experience with this thing whatsoever, so I cannot definitively tell you guys if it's a good ship or not. I haven't used it. I haven't even flown it. Not even once, guys. So I cannot say anything. I cannot say whether it's good or bad. I have no opinion on that matter. Now let's go ahead and get underneath the Carrick. What's over here? What is this? Oh yes, this is the lovely, lovely Hurricane. So as you guys know, I have one of these. I've already made a video on it when it came out. It's a devastating fighter, but it's lightly armed. Lightly armored, sorry, not lightly armed. Not lightly armed. It's very lightly armored, but you do require a second crew member to operate the guns, the turret. But as a fighter, this thing is absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. Not at the moment. Maybe at the moment there are better fighters than this. But later on, this thing will be really, really good. Like, super good. Okay? It'll have a lot of firepower, and especially when they add the ability to assign a computer blade to the turret. Or maybe if you have a friend that comes with you, this thing will be fantastic. Do I recommend this fighter? Now, this is on the more expensive side of the fighters. So this is, I believe, is $195. Could I recommend this thing? Yes, I could. Yes, I would recommend this ship. But to who? If you're a new player, if you're a beginner, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Why? Because you don't really need a specialty fighter. This is for somebody who is really, really into fighting, into dogfighting, and already has a bunch of ships that can do various different things, and it's just going to use this thing to fight. Alright, this is the Gladiator over there, and that over there is the Anvil Hawk. Yeah, so if you are into fighting, yes, the Hurricane is a fighter that packs a lot of punch, but if you're just a beginner, don't buy that. Don't buy that ship. Alright, so this is the Anvil Hawk. So this is a light fighter slash bounty hunting ship, and you might be wondering, what? Bounty hunting ship? Yes, guys, it has a prisoner transport pod in the tail. So right there, this is where you would keep the prisoner, your bounty. Yeah, so this is a freak of a nature of a ship. I had one of these really early on. I flew it only once, then I immediately melted it. Is it a good fighter? No. Is it a good bounty hunting ship? No. Now there will be Anvil Hawk owners out there who are gonna get angry at me if they see this video. They're like, "How dare you tell that my ship isn't good?" This ship is not good, guys. I don't recommend this ship at all if you're into fighting, or if you're into bounty hunting. There are better ships for bounty hunting. There's the Cutlass Blue. There is the Avenger Stalker, which is better than this. But this thing also has an EMP, I believe. I'm not sure. I believe. Okay, so that's that. Let's go to this hole over here. Now, this video is going to get long, guys. This is going to be a super long video. I apologize for that in advance, guys. I know you guys don't probably like long videos. I don't like to edit, as I said in the previous episode, long videos. It's absolutely a nightmare to edit a long video. So we're heading towards the Hornets. Now this should be quick. We can get through the Hornets quick. So these are Hornets. Look at all these Hornets. Now immediately let's start with this one. This looks like the F7CM Super Hornet. Now yours truly, again, has one of these. I have one of these. A very good ship. A two-seater version of the Hornet that is as close, apparently, to a military spec fighter as it can get. So very heavily armored, very heavily armed. But the difference between this and the Hurricane is that this turret can be slaved to the pilot's command, so you can fly this thing solo, but you can't fly the Hurricane solo. So this is better at the moment. At the moment, this is better. This is the Hornet of Wildfire. Yes, so this is just a basic Hornet, single-seater Hornet that has a paint job and a couple of different components. I wouldn't go for those unless, of course, you like the paint job and you have to have it. Then okay, why not? But the F7CM Hornet, Super Hornet, is the Hornet that I would recommend, honestly, if you're into fighting. But between this and the Hurricane, which one is better? I have both of them. I would recommend the Hurricane. The Hurricane has a better potential later on in terms of firepower, but this thing is more heavily armored and it has firepower, so it just depends on your playstyle. It depends on what you're looking for. But this is one of the classic Star Citizen ships, the Hornet. Alright, moving on. What is this? This is the F7 Hornet, just a basic Hornet. Again, why would you get the Hornet if you can get the Super Hornet? Now, you can buy the Hornets all year round inside of Star Citizen. It's only the Super Hornet and some of those special paint job Hornets that you can't buy. But I would definitely recommend you guys go buy the Super Hornet if you're interested in the Hornet. Don't waste your money on a normal Hornet, but you can get the Super Hornet. Now, this guy right here, the F7A. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a current UEE fighter. So this guy, can we get inside? Actually, I don't want to get inside. I've heard reports that you get stuck. Oh, they won't let us inside, guys. Apparently, you could have. There was rumors that you could rent these things. I don't see any options to rent. But anyway, guys, so this is the F7A. Those are the F7Cs. This is the F7A. Apparently, this is a military ship right now, so it's in use by the UEE. So this is not for sale. This thing is not for sale. Absolutely not. Is it better? Probably. It's most likely is better than the other Hornets. Otherwise, why would it be strictly military only? So yeah, that's the F7A, which is not for sale. And last but not least, these two, the F7A Ghost, the stealth version of the base Hornet, single-seat Hornet, and the F7C Tracker. This thing has specialty tracking radars and scanners, and it has a dome. So basically, this thing can sniff out targets. This thing hides from targets. So again, it depends on what you want to do. If you are really into the Hornets, and you like the Hornets, but you want your Hornet to be slightly stealthier, why not go for the Ghost? If you're looking to scan things down and to look for stuff, yeah. But once you start branching out into these specialization roles, guys, you have to keep in mind that you have to work as a part of a team. You have to be the tracker. You're not the tracker for yourself, obviously, right? So what happens if you're tracking a Hammerhead and you find them in your little Hornet by yourself? And then what? Right? So just like the Avenger Warlock, the one with the EMP. So okay, let's just say you get closer to a Hammerhead, you activate the EMP, its shields get downed, and then what? They're just going to absolutely wipe the floor with you if you're by yourself. So again, these specialty spacecraft require you to work with a team. So if you're part of a team, if you're part of an org, yeah, go for it. Go buy one of these if you want to. The F7C Ghost is a little bit different in that it's like a saber. This thing is like a saber. So if you like that stealth kind of gameplay, I know I do. I appreciate the stealth kind of mechanics. That's why I have an Eclipse and a saber. This is not bad. This is not bad. Where I wouldn't recommend the base Hornet model, and these two are available all year round. So these are not restricted sales to these events, but the F7CM Super Hornet is. So out of all these Hornets, obviously the F7A is not for sale. Out of all these Hornets, which one would I recommend? Obviously, if you had to have a Hornet, a fighter that only does one thing, and that is fighting, it's the F7CM Hornet. Now, there was a variant of the Super Hornet, which was called the Heartseeker. I wonder why that's not on sale. Maybe they're holding that off for Valentine's Day. But yeah, just be careful. If you buy a super specialty ship, you need to be part of a group, part of a team, in order to get the most out of it. But the F7CM Super Hornet is the one that I recommend out of all of these ships right here. But of course, as I said, the Ghost is better than the base model. If I had the option between the Ghost or the base model, I would go for the Ghost. Definitely would go for the Ghost. Alright guys, welcome back. Sorry for the cut. I had to go do something. And now we're back. Okay, so we had a look at the Hornets. And now we're here to have a look at the Terrapin, the F8 Lightning, and the Valkyrie. Now you guys may be familiar with the Valkyrie and the Terrapin, but this is the F7... What am I saying? This is the F8, not the F7. This is the F8 Lightning. So again, a super secret, rare, off-limits to the public fighter that's being used by the UEE Navy. I hesitate to say Air Force. So Anvil Aerospace Heavy Fighter. So this is the main fighter ship of the UEE. It is super heavily armed. It has these look like size 3 bearings. This is a size 4 bearing laser, so a size 3 and a size 4 on this wing. This is actually the first time that I'm seeing this, so This looks like a laser repeater. Looks like a size... either a size 3 or a size 2. Again, same thing on this side. Size 4, size 2, size 2. So let's just say 2 size 4s and 4 size 3s. Wow, that's insane. What is this? Looks like a reverse thruster. Let's go around the back. Obviously, some people have access to this ship, like not right now, but I believe some individuals who have spent a lot of money on this game have access to this. Like later on, they will have access to this, I should say. So yeah, this is the F8 Lightning. Oh, getting stuck. In terms of missiles, I'm not sure what kind of missiles this thing carries. But it has a turret on the top as well. If you just have a look over there, it has a turret as well. Oh, those are the missiles right there. They look like size 3s. Obviously, if it's a super duper, ultra rare, off limits, top secret fighter, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. The civilians obviously get all of the surplus stuff, all of the outdated stuff. So yeah, this is gonna be good. Again, I hesitate to enter the ship as I've heard rumors that you get stuck and you can't leave, so I don't want to do that. I don't want to wreck this video. Now obviously this is not for sale, so I cannot recommend or not recommend it. Let's go ahead and see the Terrapin. Now the Terrapin came out a long time ago. It's basically an exploration ship. It's a scanning ship. I don't know what to say. It says Pathfinder. So this is a military ship. This is an Anvil military ship. Anvil, just like Aegis, is a military contractor that also dabbles in the civilian market as well. So they provide military ships. At the same time, they have 1 or 2 civilian ships here and there. Again, obviously, I don't know what this ship does to be able to say much about it, except that it's just a scanning ship. I've heard that you just scan stuff, and here is this scanning kind of station, and here's the pilot seat in the cockpit. So obviously a military ship, but I've heard it's super well armored. So it can take a really heavy beating. This thing, it's like a turtle basically. It's super duper armored. It can take a beating, and it's designed to track stuff. Again, do I recommend something like this? No, absolutely not, unless you have to have one for a specific reason. Other than that, no, I do not recommend that ship. Now let's move on to a really cool ship. This is the I'm embarrassing myself. The Valkyrie. There we go. I remembered this, guys. I remembered it before I had a look at the name, the Valkyrie. So this is the Anvil Valkyrie. So its focus is military / industrial. I don't know if it's industrial. I would say this is actually super duper military. This is a dropship. This is a troop transport ship. Again, you can see the side doors that are used to carry out fast action insertions into hostile territory. It's a very cool ship, in my opinion. Again, it's a very specialized ship. So if you want a ship that can carry soldiers, your buddies or whatever, this is the ship for you. So obviously, if you're a new, I love that. Do you guys see that glass thing? Wow, that looks so cool. Do you guys see that? This looks so cool. Anyway, so if you're a new player, obviously you're not going to be in an org, and you're not going to need this many spaces for basically a small army, literally. So I I don't recommend this ship if you're a beginner. If you're somebody who just wants to play by yourself in the game. So this is where the people just jump down, and this is the heavy machine gun. Wow, this is cool. This is so freaking cool. Can I get a shot of myself on the minigun? There's me. Hello. Yeah, very, very cool ship. As I said, a really nice ship, but a very specialized ship. A ship that does only one thing, a one-trick pony. A really cool one, but I don't know. I cannot recommend this ship again unless you want it for what it's designed to do, and that is to carry troops in and out of battle. So again, if you're in an org that is combat focused, yeah, absolutely, this is a great ship. But if you're just an individual, a beginner, don't even think about this. But if you're just some guy who has a couple of ships and has maybe like 1 or 2 friends who play Star Citizen, like I do, I wouldn't recommend that ship because there's nothing you can do in that ship really. All right, so we had a look at the Hornets. We had a look at the F8 and stuff. We had to look. We looked at the Carrick, the Pisces, and the Gladiator, and the Arrow. Now it's time to go down, guys. Let's go down and have a look at the Ballista and the Anvil Crucible. All right, guys. Finally, I made it. As I said, this place would be great for cardio. So, yeah, most of the time is spent just running around the show floor. Alright, so let's go ahead and have a look at the Crucible, on the hologram, and at the Anvil Ballista. So here's the Anvil Ballista. It is a mobile AA vehicle. It's basically an aerial denial type of weapon. Basically, this is a surface-to-air missile. Long story short, this is a surface-to-air missile. So it has size 7 missiles, as you guys see over there. Those are the size 7s, and it has size 5s as well. And I believe, yes, it has a minigun as well, a mini turret over there. It's a very cool ship. A very, very cool ship. What am I saying? It's not a ship. A very cool vehicle. So obviously, driver and the missile operators kind of person. Very, very cool, but again, a super specialized vehicle, and it's really expensive. It's very, very expensive, guys. Like CIG, what are you guys thinking, man? Come on. This thing is $140. This is the same price as the Drake Vulture, which is the small salvage ship. Really, guys? $140 for this? I don't agree with the price, but it's a really cool vehicle nonetheless. So it deploys these like struts, these jack stand things, and the whole vehicle lifts up and it's ready to shoot missiles. Yeah, it's a cool vehicle, but probably good for later on, and you can purchase this in game. I wouldn't spend real money on this thing. I would not spend real money on this thing. Alright, let's have a look at the display hall. Now, as I said today, we only have one ship on display, and that is the Anvil Crucible. So, what is the Anvil Crucible? As you guys, you might, if you're an old veteran backer of Star Citizen, you already know what this is. This is a repair ship. So I remember everybody was super excited when they announced this thing back in 2014 or 15 it was. So this thing is a large Carrick / reclaimer size ship that specializes in repairing. Basically, it has a central kind of tower, as you see there, and it has a whole bunch of moving, rotating arms. And this thing is a super flexible ship that can flex and move around in every single direction. But it has this this titanium, this metal shaped tub that the fighters can go into, like a single Hornet would be able to park in there, and you can close the top and repair it. So it can repair one fighter, or a bunch of these could repair a bigger ship. Now again, this is in concept, this is not out yet, and in my opinion, this will not be out for a very long time. Now why do I say that? Because the repair mechanics, guys, are super duper complicated, and the amount of stuff that they need to design and they need to fix and they need to implement before this thing can be really truly implemented in the game is absolutely crazy. So this thing, as cool as it is, and it's a really nice ship, it will be like the Reclaimer. So this is one of the things that I would actually recommend. This is one of those ships that I would recommend you melt. It's for $350, so I'd recommend melting a couple of ships. So let's just say you have an Eclipse that's worth $300, right? So either this, so this is $50 more than the Eclipse. So if you have this, right, if you melt your Eclipse and pay extra $50 to buy this, you could, once it's out, once this ship is out and repair is in the game, you'll be able to earn back that Eclipse in probably a week, if not less. So this, the Reclaimer, the Starfarer, the Orion, these industrial ships are the money makers, guys. This is where the money is, and once you make the money, you can buy all the fighters that you want. You can spend all the money that you want on everything that you want inside the game. So that's why I recommend, yes, I do recommend the Crucible, but keep in mind, it won't be in the game for a very long time, just like the Endeavor. Alright guys, so this has been day 2 and 3 of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2950 in the city of New Babbage on the planet of Microtech. Have a look at that lovely Anvil Aerospace logo. Thank you so much for joining me, guys, for day 2 and day 3. Apologies again for this video being super long. I believe it is well over an hour long, but it was fun. I actually enjoyed making this video. I hope that, truly I hope that you guys enjoy watching this. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, as always. Now remember, if you guys like the video, remember to hit the like button. Remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and high five if you made it all the way to the end. Thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate you, especially those of you who made it straight to the end. Make sure you let me know in the comments section. Let me know in the comments section if you made it to this part of the video, guys. I appreciate you, and high five. Thank you. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. So I will see you guys in day 4 of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Until then, take care, and bye-bye.